Welcome back everyone. Today we're taking a close look at one of India's prominent public sector banks, Bank of India. They've recently announced their audited financial results, and there's a lot to unpack.
Absolutely. Bank of India, or BOI as it's commonly known, has a significant presence across the country and internationally. They're a full-service bank offering a wide range of products from retail and corporate banking to treasury operations. It's also interesting to note their various subsidiaries and joint ventures, including in areas like merchant banking, asset management, and life insurance through Star Union Dai-ichi Life Insurance Company.
So for context, we are looking at their audited standalone and consolidated financial results for the fourth quarter and the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025. The Board of Directors approved these results on May 9, 2025. We'll be discussing both the quarterly performance and the full year picture, comparing them year over year and quarter over quarter.
Sounds good. Let's dive into the numbers.
Let's start with the standalone results for the fourth quarter of FY25. How did their revenue look?
Okay, for the standalone entity in Q4 FY25, the total income, which includes interest earned and other income, came in at 21,750.80 crore rupees. Comparing this year over year, that's a solid increase from the 17,913.03 crore rupees they reported in Q4 FY24.
That's a pretty decent jump year over year for standalone revenue. What about sequentially, comparing Q4 to Q3 of FY25?
Quarter over quarter, the standalone total income for Q4 FY25 also showed growth, up from 19,956.90 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So good momentum, both annually and sequentially, on the standalone top line.
Now, let's switch to the consolidated picture for revenue in Q4 FY25. Any major differences?
For the consolidated results in Q4 FY25, the total income was 21,933.55 crore rupees. Year over year, this is up from 18,080.20 crore rupees in Q4 FY24, showing a similar growth trajectory to the standalone figures.
And how does that consolidated Q4 revenue compare to the immediately preceding quarter, Q3 FY25?
Sequentially, the consolidated total income for Q4 FY25 also saw an increase from the 20,097.68 crore rupees reported in Q3 FY25. So consistent growth across both standalone and consolidated revenue metrics.
Good to see that consistency. Now let's talk about operational profitability. The bank reports operating profit, which is profit before provisions and contingencies. How did that look for standalone Q4 FY25, year over year and quarter over quarter?
For standalone Q4 FY25, the operating profit stood at 4,884.83 crore rupees. This is a very strong year-over-year growth from 3,557.16 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Quarter over quarter, it also improved significantly from 3,702.57 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. The press release highlights this Q4 standalone operating profit grew by 37% year over year.
That's impressive. And for the consolidated Q4 operating profit?
On a consolidated basis for Q4 FY25, operating profit was 4,917.52 crore rupees. Year over year, this is up from 3,644.98 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Sequentially, it also grew from 3,763.18 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So strong operational performance reflected in both standalone and consolidated views for the quarter.
Moving down the line, what about profit before tax or PBT for standalone Q4?
Standalone PBT for Q4 FY25 was 3,547.17 crore rupees. This is a substantial increase compared to 1,731.20 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. However, quarter over quarter, it saw a slight dip from 3,398.87 crore rupees in Q3 FY25, likely due to changes in provisions.
Interesting. And the consolidated PBT for Q4?
Consolidated PBT for Q4 FY25 stood at 3,551.26 crore rupees. This is also a significant year-over-year improvement from 1,797.05 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Sequentially similar to standalone, there was a slight decrease from 3,446.65 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
And finally, the bottom line profit after tax, or PAT. Let's start with standalone Q4.
Standalone PAT for Q4 FY25 was 2,625.91 crore rupees. This is a strong 82.5% year-over-year growth from 1,438.91 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Sequentially, it also grew from 2,516.69 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
And for consolidated PAT in Q4,
consolidated PAT for Q4 FY25 was 2,601.98 crore rupees. Year-over-year, this is up from 1,573.88 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Quarter-over-quarter, it was slightly down from 2,636.70 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
What about earnings per share or EPS for the quarter? Standalone first.
For standalone Q4 FY25, the basic EPS was 5.77 rupees. This is up from 3.16 rupees in Q4 FY24 and also up from 5.53 rupees in Q3 FY25.
And consolidated EPS for Q4?
Consolidated basic EPS for Q4 FY25 was 5.72 rupees. This compares to 3.46 rupees in Q4 FY24 and 5.79 rupees in Q3 FY25.
Was there any significant other income that influenced these quarterly numbers?
Yes, other income was quite notable. For standalone Q4 FY25, it was 3,427.59 crore rupees, significantly higher than the 1,751.33 crore rupees in Q4 FY24, and also up from 1,746.38 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. A similar trend was seen on the consolidated side, with Q4 FY25 other income at 3,427.59 crore rupees. This jump in other income certainly helped boost the overall profitability for the quarter.
Now that we've covered the quarter in detail, let's broaden our view to the full financial year FY25. How did the standalone revenue look for the full year compared to FY24?
For the full financial year FY25, standalone total income was 79,819.92 crore rupees. This is a healthy increase from 66,804.34 crore rupees in FY24, showing a growth of about 19.5% year-over-year.
And the consolidated full-year revenue for FY25?
Consolidated total income for FY25 stood at 80,412.44 crore rupees, up from 67,306.47 crore rupees in FY24. This represents a growth of around 19.5% as well, very consistent with the standalone performance.
What about the full-year operating profit for FY25? Standalone first.
Standalone operating profit for FY25 was 16,412.11 crore rupees. This is up about 16.66% from 14,068.61 crore rupees in FY24. The bank's press release highlights a 17% growth in standalone operating profit for FY25.
And consolidated full-year operating profit?
Consolidated operating profit for FY25 was 16,608.35 crore rupees, which is an increase of about 16.6% from 14,243.49 crore rupees in FY24.
Let's look at the full year, PBT and PAT, standalone first for FY25.
For standalone FY25, PBT was 12,434.44 crore rupees, a significant jump from 10,099.07 crore rupees in FY24. The standalone PAT for FY25 was 9,219.02 crore rupees, up an impressive 45.92% from 6,317.92 crore rupees in FY24. The press release highlights this 46% growth in standalone net profit.
And the consolidated full-year PBT and PAT for FY25?
Consolidated PBT for FY25 was 12,558.33 crore rupees, up from 10,193.13 crore rupees in FY24. The consolidated PAT for FY25 stood at 9,548.28 crore rupees, a strong increase from 6,564.46 crore rupees in FY24.
Finally, the full-year EPS for FY25.
Standalone basic EPS for FY25 was 20.25 rupees compared to 14.90 rupees in FY24. Consolidated basic EPS for FY25 was 20.97 rupees, up from 15.48 rupees in FY24.
And was other income significant for the full year as well?
Yes, for standalone FY25, other income was 8,993.62 crore rupees, a substantial increase from 6,094.85 crore rupees in FY24. Consolidated other income for FY25 was 9,104.73 crore rupees, up from 6,233.13 crore rupees in FY24. This indeed contributed positively to the full year results.
Thanks for that detailed breakdown of the key financials. Now, looking at profitability insights, what can you tell us about the margins? Say, the operating profit margin or net profit margin for the full year FY25?
For FY25 on a standalone basis, the operating profit margin works out to roughly 20.56% and the net profit margin is around 11.55%. On a consolidated basis for FY25, the operating profit margin is about 20.65% and the net profit margin is around 11.87%. These are healthy margins for a bank. The press release also mentions that for FY25, the net interest margin or NIM globally stood at 2.82%. And for domestic operations, it was 3.10%. For Q4 FY25 specifically, the global NIM was 2.61% and domestic NIM was 2.91%.
Were there any exceptional items reported in either the standalone or consolidated results for the quarter or the full year?
Looking through the financials, there are no line items explicitly labeled as exceptional items for the periods ended March 31, 2025. This generally suggests that the reported profits are more reflective of ordinary business activities.
Let's touch upon the balance sheet. The statement of assets and liabilities is provided. Any key takeaways from there, perhaps comparing March 2025 to March 2024?
On the standalone side, as of March 31, 2025, total assets stood at 104,25,819.5 crore rupees, up from 91,25,979.2 crore rupees a year ago. Total liabilities were 97,60,144.9 crore rupees, up from 84,37,172.5 crore rupees. Key components driving asset growth include advances, which grew to 64,96,570.4 crore rupees from 56,31,446.7 crore rupees. Deposits also grew to 81,65,414.9 crore rupees from 73,79,201.7 crore rupees. The consolidated balance sheet shows a similar trend with total assets at 105,64,250.1 crore rupees.
What about cash flow and any news on dividends?
The cash flow statement shows net cash flow from operating activities for FY25 standalone was positive at 18,241.81 crore rupees. The board has also recommended a dividend of 4.05 rupees per equity share, which is 40.50% of the face value, for FY 2024-25, subject to shareholder approval. The record date for this dividend is June 20, 2025.
Now, a crucial part for a diversified entity like Bank of India, segment performance. What did the numbers show for Q4 and the full year FY25?
For Q4 FY25 standalone segment results, profit before tax show treasury operations contributing 1,732.26 crore rupees. Wholesale banking operations contributed 529.09 crore rupees. Retail banking operations were strong with 2,254.30 crore rupees. Unallocated items resulted in a loss of 968.48 crore rupees. For the full year FY25 standalone, Treasury PBT was 6,082.48 crore rupees. Wholesale banking PBT was 1,894.43 crore rupees and retail banking PBT was 7,220.80 crore rupees. The unallocated segment showed a loss of 2,763.27 crore rupees. The consolidated segment results largely mirror this, with retail banking being a significant profit driver.
So retail banking seems to be a key performer. Looking at the overall year-over-year performance for FY25, what's your summary?
Overall, FY25 has been a strong year for Bank of India. Both standalone and consolidated results show robust growth in total income, operating profit, and net profit. The growth in advances and deposits, as highlighted in their press release, global advances up 13.74%, domestic advances up 14.45%, and global deposits up 10.65% year-over-year for FY25 underpins this performance. Asset quality has also shown improvement, with gross NPA ratio at 3.27% and net NPA ratio at 0.82% as of March 2025, both improving year-over-year. The provision coverage ratio, or PCR, stands strong at 92.39%.
The investor presentation and press release must have highlighted some key achievements or notes for the year. Anything significant there?
Yes, several. The bank crossed 6 lakh crores in global advances. Retail advances grew by nearly 20%, MSME by over 18%, and agriculture by over 16% year-over-year. The capital adequacy ratio, or CAR, as per Basel III norms, is healthy at 17.77% as of March 2025. The bank also mentioned the impact of RBI's revised norms for investment portfolio classification effective April 1, 2024, resulting in a net gain of 127.46 crore rupees credited to revenue reserve. They also raised significant funds through Basel III compliant Tier 2 bonds and infrastructure bonds during the year.
Crucially, what did the independent auditor's report say for both standalone and consolidated results? Any qualifications or emphasis of matter?
The independent auditors A. Bafna and Company, S. Circa V and Company, LLP, S. Jaykishan and Sarda and Parikh LLP have issued an unmodified opinion on both the standalone and consolidated financial results for the year ended March 31, 2025. This is a positive sign, indicating that the financial statements give a true and fair view and are free from material misstatements. The auditors do mention other matters, such as the accounts of certain branches audited by other auditors and unaudited branches, which is standard for a bank of this scale, but these do not modify their main opinion. The bank also filed a declaration confirming the audit report is with an unmodified opinion.
That's good to hear about the unmodified opinion. So based on all this, what's the outlook and what are the potential risks for Bank of India?
Disclaimer. We advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions. The outlook for Bank of India appears positive, given the strong financial performance in FY25, improving asset quality, healthy capital adequacy, and a clear focus on growing key segments like retail, MSME, and agriculture. The dividend recommendation also signals confidence. Potential risks would include the general macroeconomic environment affecting credit growth and asset quality, interest rate fluctuations impacting margins, and the competitive landscape in the Indian banking sector. Continued focus on managing NPAs and improving operational efficiencies will be key. Their digital initiatives, as highlighted in the investor presentation, like the BOI Mobile Omni Neo Bank and focus on alternate channels, should also support future growth.
So to conclude, Bank of India has delivered a strong set of numbers for Q4 and the full year FY25, with significant growth in profits and improvements in asset quality. The segments, particularly retail banking, are performing well, and the auditors have given a clean sheet.
Exactly. It seems like a solid performance overall, reflecting healthy operational metrics and a strong capital position. The bank appears to be well poised to build on this momentum, provided it navigates the inherent risks in the banking sector effectively.
Excellent. Thanks for that comprehensive analysis of Bank of India's Q4 and FY25 results. That's all the time we have for today. Don't forget to join us next time for more market insights. If you found this helpful, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.